Hello, this is Krill Center. Welcome to my new Let's Play of Red Faction Guerrilla. Alright, so I'm actually going to be doing two Let's Plays at a time, I think, just because of how it's been working out for me. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get going on this. I'll tell you more as I get a chance. First of all, this should be taken care of right away. Casual difficulty, normal difficulty, hard, insane. Alright, so, on casual difficulty, I would say the game is moderately well balanced. It's definitely easy. You're not going to die a whole heck of a lot, but there'll still be times when you're just like, whoops, I got in over my head and I died. So it's not like you're never going to have a challenge. But it's also not a super hard challenge. So if you just kind of want something laid back, have some fun playing the game, blow up some stuff, see the plot, this is the difficulty for you. It's actually what I'm going to end up running on for another reason as well. And that is that the racing in this game is very poorly done. It is a port from the Xbox 360, if I'm not mistaken, at least one of the console systems. I'm pretty sure it's Xbox 360. And the controls are awful for racing as a result. And part of that, the big problem is that you run into a lot of enemies attacking you during the races, and depending on how well they do can affect your race. And having it on normal difficulty makes it even harder. However, if you don't really care, if you want the extra challenge, normal difficulty offers a good balance where there are some hard times, there's still some easy times, and you're still going to be able to focus more on the hit and run aspect of the game, which is more of where the focus is at most of the time. But because I'm going to try to 100% it, and because I just don't have a fun time on it on normal, I'm going to go on casual. Hard difficulty, you definitely start getting towards where you're going to have a real serious challenge. You're going to have to plan out your attacks carefully. You're going to have to do a lot of redos on some of the harder missions, especially until you get better. And then once you get good enough, you may hit a point to where the game's too easy again because you're just that good at it. That's what insane difficulty is for, so that you can go back to it. If you just try to, let's say you beat the game like I did on casual and you jump straight to insane like I did, it's actually not all that fun. They kill you so fast. You get so little leeway. But to be perfectly honest, in this game, death is a very, very minor penalty. The biggest penalty is that you got to go back out and do it all over again. So you're still having to redo things a lot. It's just that it's not a big overall penalty compared to some of the games out there. I mean, it's certainly not the original EverQuest with, ha ha ha, I just made you lose several hours of work because you died once. Yeah, I never liked that aspect, but, a lot of people did. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get this going. I will not talk during cutscenes.
Alec Mason, mining engineer, demolitions class C. Report to Parker sector.
Fun ride? Yeah, a blast. How's Mom?
She misses you.
Sorry I missed Dad's funeral. Things here have been hard.
No one expected you to come halfway across the system. What the hell was that?
Well, the EDF. They own the road and everything else. Forget the propaganda. Free Mars is over.
Which faction? Didn't enough people die the last time?
We're under martial law here. Prison camps, torture, death squads. People need something to believe in. Well, this is it. I got your gear over there. So here's how it works. It'll be a couple of weeks before you... wait here. Like I was saying, the sooner we get to work, the sooner we get paid. Come on. Here's the site I was telling you about. There was a research outpost once, before the Marauders killed the scientists.
Marauders?
You don't want to be caught out here after dark, but it's a good place to find salvage.
I'm here to mine, not hunt for scrap.
On Mars, scrap is like gold. Got your sledgehammer and charges? Good. Let's see what you can do. Shit. Up in the sky. EDF gunship. Didn't think they'd be out here today. I'll keep an eye on it. You get the salvage.
Okay then. Alright, so met his brother. See that Mars is under martial law.
See that salvage on the ground? Pick it up so we can trade it.
Yep, it's the glowing stuff. A little bit of a shine across it. Yeah, unfortunately, help stuff comes up whether you like it or not. No matter how many times you've played through the game. But don't worry, it doesn't last long. They just want to make sure you know what you're doing. Alright, so like it's saying, alright, left click, horizontal, right click, vertical. So if I like go like this, you can see that's that, but if I go vertical, I'm going to reach higher up. But I don't have the width, so you'll actually end up, once you get used to things, using both. I actually use the sledgehammer a lot. Alright, so like they're saying, Q can bring up your weapon selection. I honestly don't do that. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or excuse me, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so 1 is always your sledgehammer. You never not have the sledgehammer. Then I'm going to go ahead and collect some of the extras here for salvage. That'll also let you know what you can do, and it'll help give an example. Alright, so these buildings are often the easiest to take out from the ground floor from within inside, but don't finish them off while you're still standing inside them. Just saying. Yeah, buildings do collapse. It is realistic. It also hurts like crazy. Now, I'm going to point out structurally, we have this little amount remaining, and it's still holding together. These buildings are actually more durable in some senses, in that how much you have to do for damage, but on the other hand, you can do damage so easily. And it fell on me, but I didn't take a lot of damage. Your health regenerates after a few seconds of not taking damage. So it's not going to be a big deal if you take hits as long as you run for cover. It's one of those type of games. And, of course, in this case, there's nothing to worry about running for cover because, yeah, I mean, why do you need to? Oh, yeah, you can get on this pipe to cross over here. It's the only way you're going to be able to get up to here. I don't remember for sure, but I don't think they actually let you collect any salvage from this. Anyways, but yeah, when you destroy big buildings and stuff, you get little bits of salvage. It piles up over time. More important buildings will drop more salvage as well. You're going to find enemy vehicles will drop salvage as well. Although taking down enemy vehicles is difficult. It's definitely doable, and I have done that to hunt for salvage. But to be perfectly honest, there are so many side missions, you won't need it. It can help if you're in a pinch, but you don't need it for the most part, unless you're on the highest difficulties, in which case, if you're on hard or insane, you may actually need it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get out of the building before it collapses on me, since I just realized how little is left, and again, smash it from the outside, run away when it starts to collapse. There we go. Roof's still mostly intact. We can cut through it with our vertical. I do this a lot. I'm gonna see. I could smash like a lot of these bridges. Okay, the one thing you cannot smash in this game is the ground. That's it. Everything else is destructible. Everything. I mean, I suppose the sun isn't destructible. The sky isn't quite destructible, but you get my drift. If it's a structure, a building, a person, it can be taken out, destroyed, whatever. I should specify, I have turned off any blood, as far as I know. I do not think there even is any, actually, to be perfectly blunt. This game does have some foul language. You will hear that, so I'm sorry. That is going to be in here. Probably not as bad as a lot of shows out there, to be honest, for those who are trying to get a reference. It's just that it's there. But it's actually a pretty clean game as a whole, with the exception that it does tend to be violent because, you know, I mean, it's not a non-violent game. It's just not bloody, gory, you know, women aren't running around in bikinis and, you know, nothing like that. So if you're the type that actually gives a care about it, this could actually be a decent look-see, so to speak. And you can always look at the game a little bit more through the Let's Play before you make a decision. You'll get a pretty good feel for whether it's something you like or not. You know, like, for example, if you don't like it, if you're religious, or let's say you don't want your, you know, 6-year-old daughter play a game that's full of violence, you know, you may want to consider whether or not this is even the type of game you want. And a lot of people really don't care or even enjoy it.
And take down that big structure right there.
Yeah, remote charges are faster.
Before you detonate them.
You've seen how long.
Swap weapons and still use the detonator. Come back to me if you run out of charges.
Can I talk now? Alright, anyways, you saw how long it took to take out those buildings.
Dan, what the hell is going on? Who's the girl?
You know what's going on. Alec, the Red Faction could really use a guy like you.
To do what? What are you people doing out here?
Whatever it takes.
I'm not a terrorist, Dan.
You think I am? The EDF are wiping out towns. Alec, we need help.
Hey, you got me into enough trouble Earthside. I just want to do honest work here.
That's what we're fighting for. If we don't resist, they'll take everything.
Enough.
You'll see I'm right about this.
Okay, sorry. Apparently I couldn't talk. So yeah, explosives are much, much faster. Remote detonation is by far the fastest way you're gonna just wipe out buildings. There are some times when you can get very, very limited ammo on more powerful tools, but for the most part this is the best way to do it, but you're limited on just how much explosives you have available. It's also very effective against vehicles if you can get it on them. And a lot of times enemies will stop with the vehicles for a bit and giving you a lot of opportunity. Anyways, and you also saw the other thing collapse. It has a bunch of smoke. This is all that's left of the building, and as it slowly removes the last parts... Oh, and you do want to make sure you check for salvage. It's easy to lose track of these things. Anyways, but yeah, as you destroy things, you'll find more salvage. But going back to what I was saying... you can destroy the buildings by destroying the base. Don't bother with taking the top out because a lot of it will collapse anyways, and it counts as destroyed primarily from just the total damage done, and when it starts to make major collapses, it makes a huge difference. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and jump over here, and yeah, see you have this little piece of the wall that's steadying it as well. Alright, objective complete. They may talk soon.
We're out of time.
Yeah. So I'm trying to engage this. We're approaching the end of this little portion and a cutscene. So, you know what I'm actually going to do... Oh, I'm getting lost. I always end up going up that path for some reason, thinking it's the way forward. It's not. Let me dodge that, see if I got any salvage. No. Alright, so this is where we came in. This is where we need to go. I'm going to go ahead... Alright, so I need to cut this in a bit so that you guys don't have everything with you all at once. So, for the time being, let's go ahead and call it a day.